them share what they think about that story. It's as simple as that, takes an additional 3 minutes, and it's powerful. So that's my pitch for practicing comprehension at home as they read.
Awesome, thank you. All right, we want most of our session tonight to be time for you guys to do what we're going to.
Yeah, to practice what we're going to do.
The first thing, I'm going to pass out this little paper that you guys can keep. We printed on a little bit harder paper, so hopefully you'll keep it in a safe spot at home.
I need the assistant.
Yes, and actually I'm going to pick another assistant here.
Yeah, you'll need one.
Hunter, can you take care of this for me, bud? Thank you. All right, so as she brings around the paper, we understand that your time at home is really busy. We understand that we're asking your child to do something else. Sometimes they come home and they're tired, and it's just a struggle to get them to read that book, and we understand. So we want to keep it very, very simple. So the first little quote I have on here says, the more you read, the more things you will know, the more that you learn, the more places you'll go, and that's just by Dr. Seuss. So we have, the first part says fictional text. At home, after reading any fictional text, to work on comprehension, you can ask basic questions from any of these 5 story elements. And all of your second graders know these story elements. We have gone over them in class, and they've also done it in Read, Teach, and Enrich, so they're very familiar with these. So there's a sample question for each one of the story elements. And if you want, feel free to come up with your own questions. You don't have to just use these. These are just an example. And then you can also challenge your child to see if they can come up with questions to ask you about the book too. It makes it a little bit more fun if you're both engaged in it. So the first one is characters. You just ask them, who were the characters in the story? And even in my class, some people draw the characters and they just think it's fun to draw out a character. Where and when does the story take place for your setting? They're pretty good at that, Bram. Problem, and sometimes it's also called conflict, so we put both of them down, and it's what was the main problem in the story? And then ask them, how do you know that that was the problem? And then our solution and our resolution is, what is the answer or the solution to the main problem in the story? And ask them how they know that that was the solution to that problem. And then for informational text, that's text that's going to teach us something. And so for that, we want to just keep it really simple. Just ask your second grader to just tell you 3 things they learned from that story. So that's something we've been working on right now, and they love telling you things that they learned. Today we read actually, I think it was yesterday, we read a book on sea urchins, and they love telling me all the new facts that they learned. So just have them come up with those, and have them show you where in the story that they learned that fact from. So, and then, for fun, you can also show them something that you learned to help model that for them, to show that you're also learning things as well. They love it when I point out something new that I learned in the book. So what we're going to have you guys do is, everybody's going to get one of these. Yeah. Do you want me to, I'll come with these? Sure. So everybody's going to get one of these, and they already have questions written on them. So what character do you most differ from? How would you solve the problem? And each one has a couple different questions on them. So everybody's going to get one of these. We're going to let your child select a book that they want. And they can pick any book over there that they want. And then they're going to come back. We want you and your child to read the story together. And then you're going to play this little game. So maybe your child might take a turn rolling the dice, answering the question. Then you might take a turn rolling the dice. So it's more of a game instead of them doing all of the work. And if they get a chapter book,
We'll just have to stop them when you have about 5-6 minutes to play the game. So we'll read for the next 5-6 minutes.
Okay, so if you guys want to go ahead and grab a book, and then we'll get these passed out.
Hey, Kristen.
Oh. Yeah, off the table, not off the library shelf.
Yeah, off of the table.
We'd be in big trouble.
I think librarians would be happy. And these are for them to keep, so these are their books, and these are also for them to keep.
Did you hear that? You can keep this book. And do you want me to go grab one?
All right.
Shelf me one around. Come read. Yeah, You don't even have it. Jack tell about what kept falling.
We gotta read Serene first.
The TV said it was stop by noon.
All right, try to pick your book.
She said
Sit down on your butt so you can stop moving.
his 7-year-old.
All right. Izzy, what'd you get? Let's see. Why am I? Oh, you wanted that book and you got it. One, two. Did you get one, buddy? Sorry, I'm interrupting. Perfect. Let me see. I'm not surprised. Like Magic Tree House, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Too early to get up. So many Jack said, okay. He said, you get our raincoats and boots. I'll get the medallion and bookmark. Annie ran to get the reindeer. Jack reached into his drawing drawer. He took out the medallion.
Remember what number that works? Is it medallion? What's that one?
Medallion. It was gold. The letter M was engraved on it. Then he took out the bookmark. It was made of blue leather. It had the same M on it. Those M's matched the